Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today's project is we're going to be replacing these switches right here with a new modern style switch such as this. Now, a couple things you want to know before you get started. You want to make sure that the power supply is turned off to the switches, which it is turned off. I already turned it off in the circuit breaker box, but I'm going to show you how to check just to make sure that the power is off so you don't accidentally get a shock. All right, let me bring it in. I'm going to show you what kind of tools you're going to need, and then we're going to get this job done. This is an example of what we're going to be needing to get this job done. We're going to need an assortment of screwdrivers, whether it's a flathead or a Phillips head. We may need a pair of needle nose pliers such as this. We could use a utility knife, which I'll explain in a minute why. And we're going to use a non-contact voltage tester to make sure that there's no power in there. All right, these are the new switches we're going to be installing. And of course, we need my glasses so we can see what we're doing inside there. All right, first thing we're going to do, we're going to come up here with a utility knife, and you can see where there's paint on these switches right here. We're going to cut the paint line right around the edge right here with the utility knife just to make sure we don't tear the sheetrock underneath here or the drywall. Same thing on this one here. And when we remove the leads here and here, we're going to put them back in the exact same location that we took them off from. All right, so let's get in there. And, oh, you know what? Let me explain to you about this non-contact tester. This non-contact tester here is actually fairly inexpensive. It's in my Amazon store. If you check down underneath the video, you'll see it in there. It's fairly cheap. I think it's probably under 20 bucks, and I think it's closer to 15 to be exact. And I do make a small commission from anything that you buy from my Amazon store, just so you know. Now, if there was voltage present in this switch right here, we would definitely have some kind of a noise being made, which is not. Same thing here, no power there, no power there, and no power there. Now we know the power is off because I'm going to show you. There's the light fixture, and as you can see, I'm turning the switch off and on. There's no power because I know I did turn it off on the circuit breaker box. All right, so let's get in there, let's get started, and let's get this job done. So the first thing we do is we're going to come in here with a utility knife, and we're just going to go around here just to cut the paint that may be holding the switch to the drywall, just like that. Okay. Next, we're going to take our flathead screwdriver, and we're just going to loosen up these screws and take them out. Just like that. Now these are going to be trash. We're not going to keep them, of course. We are going to throw them away. Okay, let's move the switch a little bit, see if it comes off. If it doesn't come off, we just take our utility knife again and just go just a little bit with the utility knife, just to make sure that everything is loosened up and we're not going to be tearing the drywall. Okay. And we're going to take the switch and we're just going to pull it out just so we can gain access to it. Just a little bit like that. We'll do the exact same thing on this one next to it here as well. Okay, we'll pull the switch out just a little bit as well, just like this, so we can gain access to it. Same thing here. Okay, next we're going to come in here with our screwdriver, and we're going to take out this screw right here, and we're going to loosen it up. Remember, you're putting these back in the exact same location that they come off of. Okay, we'll do the exact same thing on this one right here. Same thing on this one. And now that we have everything loosened up, we grab our needle nose pliers and we can take the wires off of the switch itself, just like that. We're just going to grab it and pull it out of the way. Same exact thing on this one over here. Now this one is a little bit different. This is looped around. I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to show you what I mean. I hope you can see this okay. You see this wire right here? You see how it's looped around? So that wire, this one has a hook in it, but this one is looped and it goes over to the other switch. So we're just going to open it up just a little bit to pull it away, and then we'll put this onto the new switch. We're just going to open it up a little bit with a screwdriver. That's why it's so important that you make sure that your power supply is turned off. And now we'll grab our needle nose and we'll pull this away and get it out of there. Just like that. And then this is now trash. Alright, so this is the loop that we have right here. We're just going to leave that loop right now, and we're going to come over and we're going to take care of this one right here. We're going to take this power lead off right here. Grab it with our needle nose pliers. We're going to take the hook off just like that. We'll take this hook off here as well. Okay, and you can see they're both looped around. So that's, these two are going to go on the bottom, these two are going to go on the top. And then this is now trash as well. So now the switch, when you put the switch on, you have to look at the switch itself, and you'll see down on the bottom the name is right there. You want to have it so that the name is facing the correct orientation to the box. And plus, if you look at the top right up there, it says top right up there. All right, so that's the way we're going to put it back on. Like this. Open up the screws. And now we'll reconnect our wires back on here where they belong. We're going to put the bottom one on first right here. We're going to hook it around. Let me get it on here and I'll show you what I'm doing. Like I said, let me get this on and I'll bring you in there and I'll show you. See, that's how it is. We looped it around right there, and we looped it around up on top there. We closed up those little openings so that they're tighter, and now we're going to screw this screw in and tighten that screw up there as well, and then this one will be done. We're going to also connect the other one up to these two right here. Now this is a metal box right here, and the ground is actually through this screw right here. But if you had a non-metallic box, which is made of plastic, then you would install this ground screw right here through the back of the box. Okay, but we have a metal box, so we're getting our ground right through that box right there. Okay, so now we make sure our wires are in the correct location. We're going to screw the screw down, and we're just going to screw it down until it's tight. Our wires are exactly where they belong right now. You bring you there, I'll show you what I mean. See? The top one, the same thing. Okay, now we're just going to push this to the side, and we're going to connect these two up right here. Okay, we're going to loop this around in here. We're going to squeeze it a little bit tighter together. And again, I'll bring you in there in a minute and I'll show you what I'm doing. We're going to take this other one here. Okay, as you can see now, you see the wires are in there. And this one here, we're just going to pull that with a pair of needle nose pliers, and we're going to close it up a little bit tighter, and then we'll screw that screw in. Okay, now that we have everything tight, we're going to put our switches back in here, and we're going to catch it by 1 or 2 threads here, and we'll catch all 4 of the screws, and then we'll tighten it up. Okay, now once we have them all caught, now we can tighten it down evenly until it touches the drywall. We're going to center the screws right into the opening itself, and just till it touches the drywall. And that's it, these are on. Okay, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to put our cover on, and we'll wrap this job up. Okay, bring our cover in here, put it on just like this, and then we'll catch our screws. And once you have all 4 of them caught now we can come in here and we can tighten this up. You don't want to tighten it too tight because you are screwing just into plastic, so you're just going to snug it down, just like that. Okay. And that's it. Okay, let's turn our power supply on and we'll make sure it works. Okay, now that we have our power turned back on, let's see if it works. And you can see, you know, maybe you can't see. Let me turn that light off. Okay, now we'll try it again. And you can see it works just the way it's supposed to. Same thing with this little light here. This is an exterior light, but it works perfectly. So as you can see, replacing the light switch is really not a very difficult job. The most important thing you have to make sure is that 1, the power supply is turned off, because you will get a shock if you're in there touching something and the power is not turned off. As careful as you think you're going to be, you're going to get a shock, so make sure it's turned off. That non-contact tester comes in pretty handy, and for under 20 bucks it'll save you a headache. Alright, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button down below. Subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe to the channel, a bell will come up. The bell will actually allow you to be notified of future uploads. So if you click on the bell and you set your preference if you would like to be notified of other videos I upload. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.